Not good?
Hmm?
That's
No,
okay.
no.
It's
Okay.
okay.
That's okay.
I'll let you know if I can't watch it.
Okay.
Yeah,
It gets really choppy at some points. I can't see.
it wasn't a bad noise. It was involuntary, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I want to take left here. If it goes somewhere. And then I just sit here forever. It feels terrible.
Your comp should be a lot more aggressive than theirs.
This is such an awkward place.
Yeah, it just.
You can't do
No one
anything.
wants
Yeah,
to go
so-
left, so what do I do?
Uh,
I can't go alone.
Yeah, so the big thing is like when you're pushing left, you need to time this for when your ball and tracer are going in, right? So your ball comes from here, your tracer comes in from this side, and then you bubble them as you walk out, right? And then because they can't focus you, right? Or if they focus you, they die, right? Then you got to do what you want for a couple seconds, right? The issue with playing here is that this isn't a flank, right? This is like this is main essentially, right?
Yeah, I'm
and-
basically just there to like exist and contest point and eat damage.
Yeah, but you don't really want to play main. Main just kind of sucks in general.
Yeah.
You want to find some angle, like basically the shortest angle that your team needs to defend, right? And you just play that spot really. So if you know where the
So
tracer
where else
is,
should I play if I can't go left?
well, you need to identify where one of their flankers is and basically just play in front of them, right? So if you know the tracer on this side of the map, just like sit here, right?
Okay.
And that way you block the tracer from getting in, right? And then you can still do your normal spam, right? And if the tracer tries to relocate around the side of the map, you just mirror her, right? And then when your team's getting ready for an aggressive push, then you can push whatever angle you want. Just make sure you time it again for like when your team's going in, right? And that's like kind of the goal. When you just sit here, like you just kind of don't do anything, right? Like the most you did was when you shot the ball over here and made him leave, right?
Yeah.
But like if you're not always doing that, right? Like you're losing a lot of value if you're not pushing with the bubbles, because the Sig is just going to out spam you always, right? Right, you're not contesting angles. You're not really pushing. Like again, like instead of worrying about the people on your right side, right, the tracer that you know is there because you can hear, right? You're looking at these people that you literally can't do anything to main, right? Like this is the priority. Fights are not won or lost here; they're won or lost here, right? Classic Will.
Bro, I don't see this.
No, man, maybe I should move my mic. I'm hanging out, man.
I don't think there's an issue with me right now.
No, it's fine. I was looking at Reddit.
Oh, you're so dead.
I just thought I could get through that door before. I didn't. He's so fast. I did not realize. Anyways.
Yeah, you just have a tendency to play too. Why is it so slow? I hate they like broke the speed sliders in the last patch. Anyways, you just have a tendency to play too much main and not enough of an angle.
Yeah, that's right.
So like, do you see how your supports are running
Like,
this way,
more,
right?
I guess. Yeah.
So either that means that like your supports want to anchor on this side, and if you have like your tracer defending this and you're chill, right? And then you can just play here and prevent any team from pushing, right? Or you want to get ahead of your supports in front of the rotation, right? And push in front of them, so that way your supports can take this side of the map and you just like clear the angle for them, right? But you win maps by like by pushing clearing angles. This is why, by the way, Zen always ends up replacing Ana in these kind of metas, right? It's just because Zen just does more for clearing angles, right? He can shoot, he can discord, he can harmony. Harmony is just way better of a pocket ability, right? And this is why Zen just kind of replaces Ana all the time in these situations. Because it's hard for an Ana to help a tracer when a tracer 1v1, right? But it's very easy for Zen to do that, right? So Zarya, like sure, you're less good at that than Sig is, right? But like you have a lot of muscle that Sig doesn't, right? And like when the team's like actually committing to something, like bubble beats anything Sig does, right? So you just need to like look to create those opportunities, because if you're not doing it, right,
Like,
you might as well play Sig. Right?
yeah. So I just need to call out like the sync up, I guess.
Yeah. So clear the angles before the push, right, and try to coordinate the push as soon as you can, so you can get value off your projected bubble, because it's very hard to otherwise, right?
Okay.
And don't be afraid to use projected bubbles to clear flanks, right? So if like your tracer is fighting another tracer over here, don't be afraid to bubble your tracer, right? Give your tracer every advantage, because like you're not doing anything in that bubble in the meantime, right? Unless the enemy team is like gearing up for a push, right? So if you see the ball about to go in, right, obviously say bubble. But you know, if like you guys are just fighting for angles, right, don't be afraid to bubble. Oh. Remember when people falling off the map used to give you 40 charge?
I do.
Good times.
It
No,
felt
no.
so good to save them with a bubble.
Okay. I know.
There's nothing to have, you know.
I know. Like you're like gotta get 40 energy. Oh my god. Hang on.
I like the 40 energy.
But dying is bad.
Nah.
Make sure you're safe before you do that.
Eh.
Oh my god, please, speed sliders.
Also,
Go faster.
Don't look at the McCree while he's wolfing, and he doesn't show you. So that was the right play to not look at him.
I agree, I agree. Alright, so the awkward thing here is, what's the awkward thing here? You know? You see it?
Well, my whole team's on high ground.
Yeah, but that's like whatever, right? So what's the issue right now? So your whole team's on high ground, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's normally fine, right? Because like again, you just want to play in front of them and clear angles for them, right? So what's currently going on though?
I mean, they're getting engaged on, no?
They're getting attacked, yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing is, like, you're not actually clearing your angles because there's no one here, right?
Yeah.
So you need to take your big Zarya body and shove it into an angle that the enemy team is on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is why you probably should have path high ground initially with your team. And then second, like, yeah, I mean, really just that. Because you shouldn't be over here. You should be, like, up here, like, fighting these guys, this Tracer and this ball, right? Pushing them off. And then, like, again, then you can maybe drop, like, once you've cleared the angles, right, then you can drop and maybe make this play to get a better angle to bubble your ball when he goes in, for example, right? But, like, right now, like, your Tracer is clearing an angle that is not an angle, right, because she's flanking. That's understandable. Your ball is, like, I have no idea what your ball is doing. And then, like, you're just out here, right? Like, what are you supposed to do from here?
Mm-hmm.
You're doing literally 0 damage.
I'm doing.
You haven't hit a shot yet. You haven't hit a shot. Alright, you got some energy. On your right. There's the Tracer on your right. She's the priority.
Kill the ball?
I mean, the ball's not doing anything, right?
Big target.
Big target.
Big
Shoot,
target.
Big target. Yes. Big target.
That's okay.
Like, this is because, like, you left the Tracer alone. The Tracer did all this damage, basically. I'm pretty sure the ball just grappled in, got the killing blow. Yeah. She got 3 clips on your Ana.
What an awkward beat.
Yeah, but like this is why like you need clear angles, right? Like if you let your Ana get contested, right? She's gonna have a bad time, and everybody's gonna suffer, right? If you let your Zen get contested, he just dies, right? So like you need to play in front. Like if the Zen, like if the Zarya is like this guy's hiding behind a wall, right? And you also can't do anything to him, right? Just generally. You can put pressure on him. You can put him on a clock, right? But if you have to choose between the Tracer and the ball, and they're both equally easy to like to fight, right? Because the Tracer's right here, right? Put some pressure on the Tracer first because her health is like more valuable, right? If she misses like if she's missing 30 to health, right? She has to go back and grab a mini or like call for healing or like just go in with the chance of just exploding, right? Because if she goes in with 120 HP, you can actually just right click melee her and she can die, right? So like again, just prioritize what's actually threatening, right? The ball is not threatening. You also don't do a whole lot to the ball, right? The ball like is fighting just fine with half his health, right? Tracer half health, completely different story. Oh, if you grab this, I'm gonna be so sad.
Yes.
Alright, so what's the issue with this grab?
They got more than one person.
That's not the issue with it.
Ball can't follow up.
Who? Not just ball. Who can follow up?
Isn't it Kree? Isn't Kree LS?
Kree is currently trying not to die, I believe, or he's already dead. Yeah, he died.
Oh, did he already die?
Yeah.
Oh. Well.
Your follow up is a Lucio.
Don't worry, Lich is a fragger.
No, and you grabbed when they still had rally going. And they have trance because you built your grab so slowly,
no,
right?
no, this is the perfect boop lineup. Let's set it up
Oh, I see. I see. Okay, the big boop.
Alright, we
All right, nice.
I forced out Zen ult.
Yeah, huge. You spent all round building that grab to force out a Zen ult, and lost the fight.
I will never surrender.
It's okay. By building that graph really slowly, you made that Zen have to sit on his trance forever and waste ult charge time. Alright, you guys got to make a decision. You guys have been like in this corridor for like the last like 30 seconds. like, first of all, when you come out here and you see that they're all here with the shield, right? That should be immediate sign like, okay, go left, right? They're not watching it, right? And you can get out on the map.
Then he just like boops us.
Well, no, you guys sat here and you turn around and you're like, oh, Tracer, and you came back around and then you come around and you're like, oh, ball, and then like you turn around again and then he boops you. It's like, like you didn't even try to walk this way, right? No!
I think this is a great nano.
Oh my god. And now you come here and they're all sitting here. And you're gonna push it because you have nowhere else to go and you have nano. Oh my god, now you're dead.
Great.
You're so dead.
I think this is my favorite push.
Low energy Zarya nanos feel so bad.
Yeah.
It's just like it's like if you have 30
You have to do
energy,
something, but you can't.
Well, if you have like 30 energy, it's like, I just gave you 30 more energy as Zarya.
Haha.
Or I guess if it is it 100? Is it double damage? I don't remember.
It's plus 50%. So I think the way the math works out is if like, if you're 100
It's
energy.
1%.
No, so if you're 100 energy, it gives you 100 more energy.
Yeah, well because energy is 1%
It's
damage increase per
yeah.
energy.
So it's 50 plus half of your energy. So if you're
Okay.
20 energy, it gives you 60 energy. So it makes you an 80 energy Zarya.
That's so sad.
Alright, so this map is very hard to play without Sig, if they're playing like Widow, and they are.
I felt like this was the most playable map for us though.
I mean, you guys really didn't play the last map very well, but
yeah, but yeah, we'll see.
like any kind of smaller map is generally better for Zarya because it's easier to like go ham with it, right? But these longer maps, like, do you see?
This left stat's really good, right? Is it not for Zarya?
No, I mean just look at this. He has a shield, and you don't. Also, you guys are running Ana comp instead of Zen comp, so they just have more damage, right? So like just functionally, you guys can never push across this bridge ever, right?
Really?
I mean, you might be able to later if they make a mistake or something, or if you just force it, but like, it's gonna get ugly, right? Like just look at
I
this.
love forcing this corridor.
Like
It's so great.
Like they just win, right? They just won the space by putting their shield up,
Ew.
and you're fully backing out, right? And you almost died crossing this. Like, it got ugly, right? Like they got all the way to your side. How's this a winning
This is
situation?
ideal. Now they're close. I can shoot them now.
True. All they do is control their point. You're right. Oh my god, he's actually dumb. He's pushing so hard. He's wasting so much shield. He's not even getting value.
Then they drop.
See, look how easy it is to get bubble value when you're connecting with your ball. You just bubble him. It's so easy. That's a big anti. Did they really do nothing with their map control? I can't believe it. This seems so
I
bad.
don't think OSU was actually good. I think we were just, it was really rough.
I see.
Yeah, that was the best photo
Alright.
angle I've ever seen.
All right. So, what's the issue with your positioning?
Hmm?
What's the issue with your positioning? We talked about this last round.
I need to take more space.
No.
I don't see it.
You're sitting in main.
Yeah.
Pick a side and stand on it. But if a tracer wants to go anywhere, she literally doesn't care about you right now, right?
Mhm.
If the ball wants to go anywhere, he doesn't care about you, right? So just pick a
Nice.
spot, and then if you need to rotate, you can rotate, right? But hold a position, right?
Okay.
Right, so the problem is, you decide to do this when you have no personal bubble, right? And you could have easily taken a lot of damage, and you LOS your healers while doing this, right?
Mhm.
If you want to get up to here, by the way, like the easiest way is just like drop down, right?
It's
And
it's
get
hop
up here.
back.
Yeah, just hop over there.
I want to do more damage.
Nice minefield.
I don't like.
Yeah, do you see how they win this fight just by like walking across the bridge?
Yeah, no, we're winning. It's great. It's a great time.
Oh yeah. Oh, the big nano. The big shield. Push, keep going. Nice. Nice. Oh my god, will carry? Grab?
Follow me.
Now those feel good. 100.
Oh yeah, those nanos feel like heaven on earth,
Yeah.
right? Like you just turned into Ultra God, man.
Yeah.
Walking people, lol.
Yeah, but you see how this matchup works, right? They just take the bridge for free, and then the only reason like why it ended up working was because the Sig overpushed.
Like the value is like you can like you capitalize with ball, right? So you just like boop in and then you engage.
Well, in theory, the ball tracer should be keeping our ball really busy over on the side of the map, right? And because they have a Zen, they're always favored in this matchup.
Okay.
In like the fight war. So like they just need to
Then
survive on this
I
side.
guess
and-
where
okay.
else do I play? Because like
Well, this
I
is
feel
the
like
best
right is
spot
too
generally.
open.
Yeah, this is the better spot. It's just you're playing the worst hero for this position, right? So the
Well-
reason why this works is because the Sig didn't play this very well. He didn't play cover. He overcommitted in general. And then you had the nano to force it, right? But forcing again when you don't have the nano is like impossible, right?
Yeah.
Like the first fight, for example, you had to wait until he came all the way out here, wasted all his shield, and then your ball came in as well, right? And like they just completely ignored the side of the map, right? So a lot of things went right on first fight, and then second fight you had the nano to force it, right? Plus the Sigma stuff.
Yeah.
But overall, like what you're doing is pretty decent. One thing you could potentially try is if you want to hold the line on this side of the map, right? Instead of like backing all the way into the cubby, right? You could just kind of like play over here, right? And just LOS this and play the really short angle, right? And make the Seg push into you, or get flanked from this side and just rely on your teammates to hold this side of the map.
Couldn't they just hold my close left then? If I'm
Right
not,
here?
if I'm holding the yeah.
Well, in an ideal world, like your Ana like you could communicate with your Ana, and instead of your Ana playing here, your Ana could like play here and just help you out, right?
Ah.
And from
I
here,
see
she's a
what you're
relatively easy like way of helping teammates on this side as well, right?
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
like also you can get support from like your Lucio because this is a relatively short angle that he likes playing, right?
Mhm.
But that's if you really want to hold this and you're confident that your team can hold the line on this side, which again is a little hard because you don't have Zen. But it is better, I think, than backing all the way out because if you back all the way out, you can't even bubble your teammates, right?
Mhm.
Nice slam, buddy. Can you grenade jump up to this? I feel like you can.
Can I? I don't.
Maybe not. I don't know.
I don't think. Maybe. No, I don't think so.
You
but
should
maybe.
try it at some point, but yeah.
I'll try it.
Goodbye.
Oh, I yeeted my grab, by the way.
Sure. Wait, they actually swapped
Ryu
off
wins, it's a
Widow?
Widow. Yeah, because it's Ryu.
Wow. They have so much more pressure.
Yeah, but Ryu's the better Widow.
Frags.
Ryu hard frags the Widow.
Speed, sliders, thank you. Oh, don't drop! Alright. Looks like you're still alive. You're turning... You're overcommitting a little too hard for this. This tracer has 4 people...
Against the Tracer.
This tracer has 4 people's attention right now. Oh my god. He wins those. Stop! Stop! Your
What?
Ana's got it.
Do
Your
I not
Ana's
give-
got it. Huh?
So I don't give bubble here?
No.
You're helping.
Your Ana's got it. You need to make sure they... The
Wait,
priority...
No, I thought the bubble was good. I
No,
didn't think
the-
it was a good idea for him to beam it.
If he can bubble it, it's fine, right? But the problem is like he goes from here, like all the way to over here in the span of a couple seconds trying to help this, right? So positioning wise, if they were trying to push right now, they're not because they're all doing the same thing to the fish, right?
Bro, there's some symmetry here.
Yeah, but if
They're
they were
like,
pushing
"Oh,
right now,
let's kill a
you would,
ball."
like our space would actually be horrendous, right? If they're pushing right now.
Yeah, I feel
So
you.
even though this is a suicide play from the enemy team, right, and they really messed up because these guys are not capitalizing, it ends up working out. But if otherwise, you need to hold your position, right?
Mhm.
And like hold your space down, right? And help Fish if he needs to make a play, right? If like for example, if they
what
are
do I-
pushing, Fish needs to
If
go in, but
when
they have a lot of
walk at
CC.
me, don't I just back up anyways?
Yeah, if they're walking at you, back up, but they're not walking at you, so you hold your position, right?
What
And-
if they attacked the Ana? Would he just would it be worth it to take up his positioning and
So
bubble the Ana?
so if he can bubble, right, like by walking back a few steps, that's great. But like you don't want to completely like see how like separate this is from here, right? You just abandon your position for this essentially, right? So if Fish needs to make a play because they're walking to point right now, he can't because like he doesn't have a bubble, and they have like a lot of CC, and they're all looking at him, right? So that's actually 4 stuns, no 3 stuns plus Discord, right? So if they were to walk to point right now, like Fish could not actually make a play without inting right now, and he just needs you to be ready to bubble him, right? Just in case.
Okay.
So you just need to hang out here, right, and just be ready. Like how much do you actually contribute to this, right?
I did like some
31%.
damage.
Right. Okay. You tried to emote. You got pooped.
I always emote when we win round.
I see.
When round ends.
Speed sliders, please function.
This map felt weird. I think I need to know how to play maps better.
Alright, is your team playing high ground or is it playing low ground? I should probably play, if I had to guess,
It's high ground for the Kree Ana, right?
Yeah,
But I don't get anything if I sit on them.
yeah, not initially at least. Or maybe you should go initially with them and then drop to low ground, I don't know.
In case I get hard pushed.
Yeah. Or just like in case like they're running some weird like dive that like, I don't know, has monkey or something, right? And then they jump to the high ground, you're not there. Just like assume they're on the worst possible like matchup, you know? For first fight. Alright, so what's the issue with your positioning?
Well, I'm really damn deep.
Why is this deep?
Well, I thought my supports, I thought my backline was on high ground. So.
They are, yep.
But they can't heal me.
So how many directions are you getting shot from right now?
2.
Pretty much all of them. Before you got behind the cover, you're being shot from this side as well, right? So you're being shot from 3 different directions, and your Ana is trying to LOS you, right? So why is this happening?
It's just unlucky.
I will go with answer deck.
All right.
Can they not hold the forward high ground, or is it just worse for them because they're at risk?
Yeah, they're at risk because these guys have a Sigma shield and they put it up, and now they win the fight, right? This is why Sigma's good, right? Sigma does that, and then he wins.
Nah, I think Sigma's trash.
Sure.
This point.
So
I'm dead.
no. So like,
Do I hold up with them then? Like, is that just the meme? Like,
no.
I don't
So
know.
we just talked about it. You're being shot from a lot of different directions, right? So what does that tell you?
Mhm. Well, I need to hold one side, right?
Yeah, you're sitting main. This is main, right?
Yeah.
Push aside, right? If you're sitting over here, you can't get shot from this many directions physically, right?
Physics.
Yeah. But you just kind of walked main and spammed this, assuming that you'd be fine because you're a tank, but you're not because you're Zarya, and she's not a real tank. And
I'm pretty happy.
even like a Ryan wouldn't like to be here, right? And Ryan just standing here, he's getting shot by everyone. This sucks, right? Like just control an angle, and then go from there, right?
Yeah.
I see how your tracer's fighting their tracer, right? That could be you helping.
Well, don't worry, my team's better.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
yeah, but you still lost, so you know.
my team's better.
Nice. Now just walk in and bubble. Easy. You don't even have to bubble. Nice. Okay. Okay, Overwatch is a fast game, but it's not so fast that you can't wait to make sure there's someone there before you bubble.
No, the tracer is there. She just left.
Yeah, but she wasn't even looking at you or shooting at you, right? Like, if she misses, if you get hit by like 2 bullets and then you bubble, right? It's not the end of the world. But
That's
like,
a lot of value.
what do you mean it's a lot of value?
2 bullets. is the difference between like.
It's literally like
And
5 energy.
Yeah.
That all you've got?
Oh, this is the dumbest shit. Legend of the fucking god for this.
What's gonna happen? Oh.
And then we do it again.
Alright, but side note though, why is booping them off this high ground so lethal?
Because we can walk at them and hit them.
Yeah, but why can you, not every boop forward kills someone, right? Like, I'm sure you see boops that don't kill people, right? Why is this boop killing them? Where's he putting them when he boops them?
In main.
In main.
Yes. Where yeah.
Yeah. So maybe you also should not be here with the designated kill spot
Nah,
on the enemy
I think
team.
it's good.
You know, maybe you should be like, you know, like here or something, right? Or at least next to this corner, right?
Typo, you're a good teacher. Do you like work with children?
You
He
know.
does, actually.
Oh my God, it worked.
No, I mean like, and I don't mean that unironically. I mean,
Yeah.
that was good.
All right, there's a tracer on your left. That should take your priority over any kind of spam right here.
I'm gonna keep spamming.
Your tracer's literally dying in the 1v1 right now, and you're not trying to help. You built like 4. All right, I'm gonna assume this guy lives, and I think he's gonna
Yeah.
live. Do you know why he lives?
Because they're controlling space with the tracer on left. So
Yeah,
you can just walk
your
back.
tracer is not here, right? On every other kill where you killed them on the booth, your tracer was right there giving follow up, right? Your tracer's not here because this tracer kept your tracer out, right? And the ball came here. So even though you got a little bit extra health, the sole reason this guy doesn't die is because you didn't help on the left side, right?
Hmm.
So as a result, there's no real angle on this guy. It's just you shooting him, right? And he lives, right?
I don't think he lives anymore.
Yeah, I mean that's because he's dumb and walked out. But you know, the idea.
Wait, no, wasn't that a ledge move?
I'm pretty sure he got into the doorway before it, and then he came back out and ledge booped him. But the concept still stands, right? Like, if you don't win on angles, like this like you don't beat these comps, right?
Yeah.
Or just even like functionally, like you guys aren't really playing a mirror, but it's kind of like a mirror, right? And any mirror just comes down to holding to angles, right? Whoever has the better angles usually wins. Like goats at the end of the day just went down to like off angling and how well you could set up your Zarya, right? So this is very ballsy, but it's very good. Why is it very good? It's very impactful, rather. Just beyond the fact that you might just kill the Zen here, but like even if you didn't kill the Zen, and like assuming like you don't die
I'm
for it.
controlling its side.
Yeah, you're
Controlling
pushing
it
the
back,
angle, right?
yeah.
He has an angle where he can contribute on a point, right? And you just say, no,
Yeah.
not your angle anymore, right? And you're probably going to kill him too.
You're covered.
Yep, back to main.
It's your favorite. You're like, if I had a Reinhardt, you would be in front of me here, so this is where I must stand, without a Reinhardt. Solo, grab the tracer, I dare you. Right.
Slow grab the.
Alright, do we see this? Right, they're pushing the angle, right? So the idea of main has changed now. This is now main, right? So now we need to like, this is also main, right? So now we need to pick a side, right, and hold it. I would prefer this side because this is where the ball and the tracer have shown, but
Just a scratch.
you almost got moved. That grab was also a little suspect, but
Yeah, it wasn't meant for her.
yeah. I don't know about the decision to walk out there.
Right.
Yeah. I think if you just sat here, got your bubble, and then backed up, that would have been fine.
I'm this is how I picture your interaction. I'm gonna post it in I'm gonna post it in memes.
Hang on, I want to see this.
Never surrender.
Wait, where are memes? I don't see it. Oh, in this chat?
Yeah, there you go.
Wait, hang on, I need to see this.
It's so quiet.
I get out. Everyone goes to lunch. The scare floor will. See that clock? Big hand.
I mean, Typo is teaching it like a class, though. It's like you have to think for yourself.
I know. I like I like your
Painted?
Where should I be standing?
Alright. Alright, so this is main still technically, right? So either you want to push the angle, go deep, right? Or just like assume the tracer's on the right side of the map, which is a pretty reasonable assumption, right? And just hang out here, right? And just get ready to push
And
maybe
then
this
you clear
side
the right-
or this
right
side.
there.
Yeah, just depending on what she's going to do, right? This is also why I'd prefer you to just go high ground initially with your team, because you're already there, right? Because if the tracer comes up behind your supports, you can't help them, right? And then from there, you like again, this is still an angle, and you can make a decision whether or not you want to, whether or not it's safe to drop main and just move to the left if you feel like you can take that angle, or not, right? So you don't really have a decision now, and he just ults you as soon as you bubble.
My will is unbroken.
Oh my god, speed, Slider! Why are you so broken? Alright. Don't drop to chase! Just stand here and shoot!
Ooh, that one hurt.
I'm gonna chase him.
Why? You can just shoot him from here!
I mean, I kind of.
You have no personal bubble, you literally just used it! You're actually dead because of this! Oh my god!
Honestly, worked out.
What do you mean worked out? Was that your intent to die here?
36% quality.
You would build so much more if you just lived a couple seconds longer. This is like the 4th time you've jumped off a high ground to chase a Sig, too.
My
Yeah.
will
The one time you had Nano, that was like understandable, even though you didn't have to. Because like, Sig is a lot easier to chase now, because if he drops his shield, right, he can't put it back up for 2.5 seconds, right? So there's like big windows to exploit where you can just shoot him if you get past his first shield, right? But like, you don't have to chase him that hard.
your best shot.
Nice bubble. Wait. Guess he didn't take damage, but...
Good cover.
Alright, we got the high ground. What? How does someone die to that?
I think Jenny was caught in rotation.
Oh, I see. Alright, so... I mean, I'm not really involved with this. This is like overtime situation. But like, the reason why you're surrounded here is because like everyone just walked main to get to point, right? No one tried to clear the angle beforehand.
Yeah, but it's OT.
Yeah. But I mean, like, you should like, how to explain? It's kind of like stalling points, I guess. Where, or giving up ticks, right? If you like, if you leave it to one person to touch, and then everybody else tries to work on angles, and you just trust that they'll live long enough for the next person to touch, right? Like, you're probably gonna lose, right? But if you don't clear the angles, you're definitely going to lose, right? So like, it doesn't need to be fancy, right? But you just need to shove the McCree, put them onto point, right, and then touch, right? And I don't know how you guys can do that, but someone needs to try, right? Do you want to go over Rialto now?
Sure.
Okay.
Welcome to reality. Give me your best shot. That's more like it.
Unfortunate. There's Lech sitting in a spot. They see him.
Yeah, no, I have bubble ready for him, but yeah, they want to kill him very much.
No, it was a Zen right click. There's no follow up.
Yeah.
No, why'd you drop? No.
Do we know hard back here?
Probably not. I mean, no one's dead.
Hmm.
Like, Danny's on an island now.
Yeah.
You know, if you just stood behind this pillar, you would not have to try and track this guy flying over your head, you know? You literally walked into her, and then she flew over your head. You had to track her and find her again. And now you have to turn around again, right?
It'll be
And
fine.
it's just like, play your cover, right? You don't have to like walk into people to shoot them.
If I was just better at tracking.
It'll be
Yeah, if you
fine.
just hit 3 headshots, problem solved. Just headshot the Zarya better.
The best player I know told me that if you just hit 4 headshots to win a fight, that's the play you have to go for.
Also, how do we lose this fight?
I mean, I guess
Liliana? I'm not even looking. Oh, what?
Wait, hang on.
they take high ground control and then we kind of just get concave, right? But like, I feel like we just back to choke. Do we not?
Oh.
What
Is that
show?
on the beam?
This one?
Way back there. No, further back.
This one?
Well, Anna goes here. Yeah.
You want to go all the way back here for this fight?
Yep.
It'd be worth it to die in the cart and respawn and then go to that other choke.
I mean, it's going to get nasty. Also, you're running double sniper.
Yeah, it's like, I just feel like I actually cannot keep Anna alive if she's like point blank with them.
Yeah, sure. But high ground is nice and easy. You just stand here and you keep them off your Ana, right?
Right.
And then your Ana can play this spot in peace, right? In an ideal world, maybe like your Ana would rotate to play with your snipers, right? But the problem is like now your Ana has nowhere to go, right? And I think Danny panics there. She really should just stay there until someone pushes her. But she gets pushed into the middle of the fight, right? Because everybody abandons the high ground. And she gets anxious about playing there alone, right? And then meanwhile, we're losing the flank, right? If we look at the angles involved there, right, we have a Widow shooting, right? And our Widow's actually really low. And then like our Hanzo loses a 1v1, which is like, you know, classic Tracer things. And then our Ana dies because she's in the middle of the fight, and we just lose on all the angles at the same time, essentially, right? Right, and from here you just surround and you lose.
Okay.
Again, I really don't think Danny should have dropped. If Danny just plays her, she can help the
Yeah.
Hanzo, right? And then the problem is solved, essentially. But like,
Yeah. So I just keep holding up there then?
yeah, I mean, just give her confidence to stay there, right? I mean, there's just no reason to drop.
Is it
like,
balls? Is it balls problem then? Just deal with downstairs. I
yeah,
guess?
yeah,
'Cause
ball,
yeah.
yeah, ball, your snipers, right? You just need to make sure that your Ana doesn't get pushed, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Now, if they start pathing everyone to high ground, that's a different story, right? It's time to bail, right? And then
Yeah.
and get your team out, right? But they didn't even try. They the only like they brought like a tracer and a ball, right? And then you bailed, right? And then the tracer ball
Yeah,
just
I
went
guess
past
I
you.
was just scared because I didn't see anyone, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, there's 2 here.
Well,
I don't
well,
like
like ask Fish to call for you, right? Or
Yeah.
even your Widow. Your Widow's watching that the whole time, right? Like call if
That's right.
if they go under, right? And they're about to
Yeah.
like come high ground. And then you and the Ana can preemptively bail and go take the other high ground, right?
Mhm.
And at that point, there's a debate whether or not you even need to follow the Ana up to the other high ground, right? You don't have to do that at that point. But actually, can you grenade jump across?
Do I not hold that back high ground?
I think you can
Is-
grenade
is it that way?
jump across this, right? If you slide off the thing right perfectly.
If I was good, yeah.
Oh, okay,
But
yeah.
there's also a staircase like right there, no? Like.
No, to
it's
get
not
from
like-
here to here,
Oh.
because this
Yeah.
is the important rotation, right? Because it's hard to do otherwise. But yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily need to follow the Ana onto high ground. It's hard to say, but at the very least, like let your Ana play here until they make you guys leave, right?
Practice makes perfect.
No. So what's the problem with the projected bubble?
He's not in.
He's not doing anything. He's also
Yeah.
about to do something, so it's not a good spam like charge bubble as well, right? Charge bubbles are okay, right? If there's nothing going on, but he's literally about to go in, right? So you got to save that. Also, for what it's worth, I think you should have saved that personal bubble as well, but that one's a little harder to talk about because, like, you know, gotta get energy somehow.
Like to use it on cooldowns.
Well, I think, like, if you're gonna walk out here, like, you need to cross this bridge somehow against snipers, right?
Mhm.
And, like, all this other crap, right? So the expectation is, like, it's gonna be really hard, so you don't need to work to get your energy. The energy will come to you, right?
A temporary setback. Barriers on you. Don't go back.
Good charge bubble. You jumped on the pulse bomb.
Yeah.
Get down.
Alright, so that bubble's better, right? Because there's no expectation something is your ball's going to like make a play off that, right? In the next couple seconds. So that bubble, in an attempt to gain charge and also potentially protect someone, right, is value. Alright, so if you bubble him right now, I'm going to be upset. Alright.
Time out, I can't learn my lessons in the past. I don't know what to tell you.
Nice. Or just find a target and walk at it.
Well, no, there's a minefield, right? So I can't walk through it. Can I?
Well, I mean, like, you're just kind of playing range instead of like, say, like at this point, there's no minefield in front of you. You can walk forward, etc. Or just like walk at the ball behind you,
I
right?
didn't see that.
There's a fair amount of things you could do with that nano, but it's over. Still got a kill, and you almost killed the Ashe, so not that bad. Why is it so slow? Okay. Dude, they broke the speed.
Is the speed wrong?
The speed sliders like are broken. I don't know what they did in the last patch, but they introduced like granular like speed sliding, and then like it just like straight up doesn't work half the time. That bubble was okay, and it's not something I would really expect like you to realize that like was it gonna be good before you bubbled. It's just that like if your ball's about to make a play where he's gonna go all the way through, right?
I mean, I can't bubble him after he goes that corner, though, right?
Yes and no, but like at the same time, right? Like if there's just a Zarya here, and you know that like there's a lot of people on card, and he also killed someone by the way, like the expectation is like when he's gonna roll through, he's not gonna take a lot of damage on his initial roll through. It's when he either comes back or goes for a pile drive, right? So the pile drive is he's missing 300 health now, right? So like I know you can't realistically bubble that, right? But maybe you can bubble them when he gets chased, right? But the initial bubble is just kind of like not going to get anything realistically. You might get, if you're lucky, you'll get maybe 20 energy, right? And it's not really the best gamble. Did he have trans the whole time? He did. This is where you flame Ledge.
No, Ledge played perfectly.
Yeah, you're right.
So. I can't follow Ledge for anything. He's the only one that walks in with me.
Oh, I see. Understandable. I guess? Oh, I guess. Oh, okay, you grab Dragon.
We're going for combo.
Yeah, okay. That's much better. Right? This is good, right? You're holding his side, right? You're controlling the angle, right? And then you poke your nose out and realize you're going to get pushed, and you backed out. So now you can hold this spot down, and you're doing pretty well overall. Yeah, so that was overall really good, right? Like, both tanks tried to push us, you single-handedly kept them out, right? They try to, like, push this side, you, like, just shoot them again, right? And just by controlling this, you neutralize both tanks, right? Just sitting here, right? So that was really good. And you also, like, I don't like this, though, right? Like, when you're gonna re-push, take the angle again, right? And you'll get a free Ashe in the meantime. Right? Like, main's just not important. Like, you see how the Zarya, like, tried to push you, gave up, went main, and just immediately died?
Yeah.
Main sucks. This map is
main.
this point is won or lost on like this flank and this flank, right? Zarya, generally speaking, prefers this flank because it's shorter, right, and it's closer to main, right? And then like you just have like your Tracer, your McCree, and whatnot, just fight on this side of the map, right? And you're chilling. No, don't leave your cover for this. You took 200 damage for free for this. No, just watching movement here. So I know that you want to bubble him. That's fine, right? But you see, watch this, right? There's there's no difference in LOS if you just stand here versus if you walk out here, right? There's zero, right? But you walk this far out, and this is why you lose. You take this much damage, right? Right. Also, why is everyone dying here?
Because it's main.
This is
Shit.
main. Everybody get out of main, please. Like, you can't back up too far. You just gotta hold your space and assume that your team can like keep pocketing
you
you.
alive.
Yeah. Like,
Uh,
you just gotta sit in this corner, right? It's still cover, right? But
Like you just have to hard commit on this.
yeah,
Uh,
because retaking is really hard, right?
yeah.
So you just need to hope that like your resources are enough to like hold this corner down with pocket, right?
Uh-huh.
And the assumption is you will get the pocket because your ball's dead, right? But if you run out, if you leave your cover, right, you have no options left, right? You're eating damage from everyone now, from the Ashe, the Zarya, the Zen, the ball, right? Maybe the Tracer, right? But if you sit here, right, none of these people can shoot you anymore. You can't get discorded, right? It's only potentially a brig push, and the two tanks that you just fought off earlier without like a bubble, right? Yeah. See, like again, the resources are there, right? You just need to like put yourself in position to get them.
Yeah, I just have to have faith.
Again, don't leave your cover, right? Just hold your angle down. Why do you get grabbed? It's because you're playing main, right? If you're over here, if you got grabbed, it would just be you, not the ball, and you could just get pocketed and probably live because again, you're LOSing the Zen and the Ashe, but she's dead. But yeah, I guess. Yeah, actually, that was fine.
Just like in training. Your best shot. Go.
Yes, man.
I mean, going for some spam there's fine. Just make sure you don't spend too long here, right? Because you need to make sure nobody's flanking through this. Because like, if like you spend too long here and then you come back and a tracer goes through right as you're reloading and kills your Zen, you're gonna be so sad. Look, just your presence here has scared her into wasting a dynamite. So much value. Alright, again, like I know you feel like you need to contest the cart, but like first of all, you want to lock the cart like closer to here, so you sort of like were over focused on the flank actually. Like you don't really want to push the flank, right? Unless you're going for a big flank to kill someone, right? So you just hold the spot, right? And if it turns out, right, that they're pushing main, just sit here and like contest main, right? But just do it from this side, right? Don't walk out here. But now you're at the mercy of like their hit scans again and their Zen. Yeah, and you get rolled.
Okay.
Oh my god, they didn't add time.
Right.
Nice. Big energy.
I was getting really choppy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Try restarting the stream. Good? Better or worse? Maybe?
This seems okay. I'll let you know.
Careful, that's why you. It's actually so easy to get booped there.
Yeah, that's why I backed up here.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
This is good, right? You can spam relatively safely. Your cover's not really the best, but you do have the Mega and you have the. I guess you have a Ledge as well. And like you're taking this angle, right? And eventually, when you restabilize and your team starts pushing across the bridge again, you can push out easily on this side and clear all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
Look how dumb this Tracer is. She lived? No way. Oh my god, you guys are getting rolled.
Was there a better way to play that?
I mean, you don't need to walk into people to shoot them. You can just stand here and shoot the Tracer. And that way your Zen doesn't get tempted to walking out, right? And then also when the Tracer blinks back across, right, you're in a better position to cut her off, right? You just have a tendency to like walk at people to shoot them when you're already easily within range and they have no way of getting out of your range.
Yeah, so just play like my range better.
Yeah. Okay, again, be careful about burning your bubble there, right? You're already pretty close to full charge, right? And you need your bubble to cross this bridge. Like, you actually can't cross the bridge without your bubble, right? And you even feel that, right? As soon as like you use your bubble, you back up, right? She's so dumb. Right, so again, you only cross the bridge when you have your bubble. So if you're going to cross, like, that bubble essentially set you back 10 seconds, right? Can you grenade jump up there? Here to here?
I don't think I can. I think that's actually not jumpable.
Okay.
It
I'm
was-
always
it was
looking
with
for
the
this
other
now,
card,
but
maybe.
yeah. Wait, you didn't grab the mini.
I don't need it.
It stops the fire. You feed less ult.
No.
It literally stops the
No,
fire.
Nope. Nope.
You're missing
need
40 health because of this.
I'm fine.
No one can hide from my sight.
Alright, so you just tested this. They're watching it, right? This is main, right? So what are your options?
I'm gonna keep testing left.
You can keep testing left. That's totally valid. You can even walk in, right? And then potentially like threaten a big flank on their high ground, right? Or just at least hold this angle down so like your team can play this confidently, right? And just like if your Widow's standing here, right? Like the enemy team can no longer use this entire line, right? It's gone, right? What else can you do?
Go main.
No. Shut up. Try again.
High ground?
High ground. Yeah, you can just go high ground, right? Now you have an angle onto them. This tracer can no longer stall the cart, right? You're doing lots of stuff, right? And then at some point you can transition to going either like far, like wrapping wide, or just like go for their high ground or something, right? Those are both good options. If you're already like since you're already pushing the side, I like if you just kept pushing, right?
Yeah.
But especially since you're high charge. But if you're like say like the situation stalemate, you're not sure what to do, or one of your teammates died, right? I'd like you to go high ground in that time, right? So this is fine in the context of like what's going on, right? But like you really should have pushed last time. And now like do you see what's happening is your Widow like took it like peeked when you're not holding space in front of her, right? And now she's getting pushed, right? Like you want to treat Widow kind of like your Zen, right? You want to insulate him, right? Build a big protective bubble around them where they can't even get through you to get to your Widow Zen without spending like way too much.
Yeah.
But now, right? You try to walk towards the Zen. This is the big protective bubble, right? You're not getting through this, right? But notice how like just because you push this angle with your Widow, look at all the space you're getting on main, right? I'd just like you to do this earlier, so that way you're in a position where like you can actually fight much more efficiently, as opposed to just like shoving your face into like the doorway. Now they're pushing you. Oh, sorry, made a mistake.
No, Danny called that. She was like, "Hey, just fucking, just bait him."
Yeah. Yeah, but you're just not pushing, right? You have bubble this whole time. Like you're so afraid to push. Look, she just dies.
Well, she
Right.
takes a lot to die.
Yeah, I mean she got the mega, but I mean if you just push earlier, you'd kill her earlier, you know.
Well, that's fair.
And then also keep going, right? Keep going.
Okay.
At least take the time to reload when they're sleeping, you know? And fire a right click, you know, get your burst damage in.
You know, you were.
Fair enough.
But then I turn around and I really realize I fucked up.
Yeah. Oh, rip.
I should have grabbed him immediately if I was gonna grab him too.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I think you just had to like start walking up the stairs, get Danny with you, and just body block the doorway. And then like even if you can't kill the ball, your Ana definitely lives at that point.
And just take the high ground.
Yeah.
I am still in
Okay.
the fight.
What?
That's Parker, by the way.
That's Parker?
No, I am no brain. Has
Oh.
been Parker. He's been
What
a Sig or whatever.
What a trash can.
Don't worry, I'm worse.
Wait, don't take that mega from your Ana! What are you doing?
Yeah. Don't.
She's right in front of you trying to heal you, and you take the mega in front of her.
I need that HP.
What do you mean? Look at how valuable this HP is now. You got 4% ult for it.
Yeah.
Massive.
4% was worth my Ana.
You gave them 250 extra that didn't get to turn to support ult.
Yep. Where's my Ana?
Look behind you. I know there's a Zarya in front, but there's a minefield behind you. Yeah, if you bubbled one person, maybe they live to the mines, right? Or the pulse bomb. And then maybe you live now, but now you're dead.
30 seconds.
I think I'm trying to go for the aggro bubble ball, but I just couldn't hit it.
Yeah, but I mean, they've already made their play, right? They've made their play, so
Yeah.
at that point, even if your ball like does something stupid, there's only so much they can put on your ball, right?
Mhm.
So like this is what I like. This is why it's important to be proactive with the bubble, right? Because if like your team's going in first, right? There's just less they can put into your backline, right?
Uh-huh.
So then the bubble like sort of takes pressure off your backline, and it's going to likely get more charge, right? But if they've gone in first, you need to bubble your backline if it's like a choice, right? Because sometimes you can't, right? But if it's a choice, like you need to like make sure your backline doesn't die first.
Lifting off.
All right, I assume you guys get held here.
I
No
think so.
one can hide
You
from
guys have a lot of
my
ults, but
sight.
I don't know.
10
It's been a struggle.
Do something.
Please, okay. What a trash can. Unlucky. Alright. How does it get slower? Alright. Are you guys gonna win this? No. Okay.
No.
Alright, so overall, in summary, you need to get out of main whenever you can. Just think about where you're standing and then be like, hey, this is the middle of everything. I don't want to be in the middle of everything. I want to be on the side.
Yeah.
When you're playing like
And then play my
disadvantage,
range better.
yeah, when you're playing against Sig matchups, like you need to play more aggressive, like as a team, and like because you control like a big part of that with the bubble, right? Like
Yeah.
it's not okay to just leave that up to someone else, right? If no one's doing it, right? So if your ball's being super proactive about calling that stuff, like sure, go ahead, just leave it to him, right? And just work with him to like make sure it works, right? But if he's not calling it, you need to call it, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, I think those are the two biggest points. Yeah, any questions?
No. I think yeah, I think I get the macro ideas. It's just like executing.
Yeah.
And it's also just yeah, utilizing the positioning in the map a lot better.
Mhm. Alright.
Mm,
Alright, I'm gonna get Isaac in here now.
Peace.
See ya.